Hi friends. This is my shadow box video. I will share my screen. This is what I use to my shadow box. I use right here. As you see, a tree. Um, that tree. Um, it's something similar to what I have in my grandmother's house. She has a paint, um, and on that paint, she made it a lot of years ago. That was before she passed away. She passed away in 2000, I think it was 2008. Um, but she has a big tree of life. And every time that somebody born in the families, um, we get um we get a new member in our family. She add the name and she continue adding people. After she passed away, we continue adding more of our family members, and so that it continue right there, inclusive when the house is empty and we just use it for vacations. Um, but we continue adding more members. Also, my grandmother paint in the side of the names the flag of the county of where they are from. So I will talk a little bit about my family. Let me see how I um share this again because I did this, but right now I don't know how to change that. Okay, so new share. Um, so this is the original picture that I used, and I add or um genealogical tree that I have from my dad, that he is a Mormon and he is has the family search, so he was adding people right there. So at the um I will start talking about my parents. My parents are right here, Ivan Maldonado and Zulma Olmo. And so they're Puerto Rican, but my father has all the information of his father and mom, and all the other ones. So as I see, um, so they are Puerto Rican, but and the parents of them was Puerto Rican also because they born in Puerto Rico, but their family came from different parts. So what I understand, we have family that they came um, from other parts of the Europe. What I hear, it's my great grandparent uh was I'm sorry, I forgot for a second. He was German, and his wife was a gypsy, and because they was so different kind of part of the society, so they don't let them be together. So they came from Europe in um really close to the 1860s, 869, something like that. So and then they has my grandfather and my great grandfather, and then my grandfather born there. So my parents live in um the land, or the place where was the first home of my great grandparents, those ones that you see in this area. So for the other side, my great grandmother from Rosa, she was a slave and she was a free slave. They um my grandmother born free. And so as you see, my family is really mixed. So also I choose to use in my um let me see, where is the picture? Let me looking around. It's not here, not here. I'm sorry, I tried to figure out because I'm not good with computers. Okay, let's see. It's in Word. It's in Word. Oh yeah, right here. What is it? Sorry. Um, I use those pictures to represent what is my family, the roots of my family. I use this picture to explore, to show a little bit about how was the life of my great grandmother when she lived in that place in Puerto Rico. I'm not sure exactly where, but I know they there was a free community. Um, I also use this picture to represent her husband, that he was from San Juan, and that is a picture from the technically the same age, the same time, and that was like what technically how they looks like. Um, we don't have pictures of them in the family. We have pictures of the other ones, but we don't have pictures that far away. So, and I also use this picture to represent how looks like the German family in the years like 1820s, something like that. And I use this one to represent how looks like my great grandmother, that was the gypsy. And I also, when I see this picture, I figure out that we have a paint on my grandmother's house that was similar to that. And I imagine that that picture could be probably a picture of my great grandmother, but we are not sure because we never asking, and my parents don't know, and my grandparents passed away, so we don't have too much information about that. Um, yeah. So if you look in the pictures again. So if you saw on my shadow box, I set up right here my name. Let me open it a little bit. I use my names and my sisters in the middle to represent us, my mom, my dad, and right here is all my uncles. They are 15, and my grandparents are right here. My grandma's parents, my grandpa's parents, and that is what I used to separate the other uh, family members. Um, do this shadow box was really interesting because I was in the hospital with my daughter. She has a surgery, an emergency surgery, and we was in the hospital for 2 weeks. It was a really big challenge for me. So the ladies in the nurse and all the ladies that helped my daughter in the process, they helped me to print out the pictures and found glue, and I crossed the street and I get foamy and these things that I forgot the name. We call them limpia pipas in Spanish, but I don't remember the name in English. And that's what I use to cut and put everything together. So normally I'm really crafty, but that was what I have on my hands in that moment. I really enjoyed to do this because I learned a lot more about my family that I don't know, because what I know was through here, like my great grandparents. And I know about the story, but I don't know who was the names and all that information. And my dad was able figure out and found that information. And also, he saw how interesting I was with this. So he's looking around and getting more information to add this side of the family, my mom's side. Well, friends, this is what I did. I hope you like it. And thank you so much for your um, time listening my story. Uh, I hope I can see you again in another class. And